Oh, good golly, folks. This is the week to look at right here. Earnings reports to watch for the week of April 20th. We've got some of literally everything here today, and this could be a major week for us. So in my opinion, I think this sets the tone. This week or next week is going to set the tone for what this market's going to do in the short term. I think it's fair to assume we could see some downward movement. In my opinion, either this week or next week, there will be some downward movement, a pretty major downward movement if earnings don't go well. But if they don't go down, I do have the bad feeling too, we also likely will see a very stagnant market for at least a year to come. These corporate earnings are going to be bad. And if these first quarter ones aren't bad, guess what? The second quarter is going to be bad. So most of these companies will get impacted here in this first quarter pretty badly. If they don't, though, second quarter will be rough for them as well. So just keep that in mind. So maybe we wait until next earnings season before the market goes down again. We'll see. But let's get into these companies, see what we have. There's a lot of stuff going on here today. We start off Monday before open with Infosys, Halliburton, Ally, that's right. Banking is not done. Bank of Hawaii, M&T Bank, Old National Bank, and Bank of Marin. That's right, the banks aren't done. Don't forget Community Bank System. So we have banks going all over the place still. Financial still reporting, obviously. They usually report in the first couple weeks. And here they are again, reporting again. Not again, but, they're reporting. I love it. Then there's Philips. Do you think people are upgrading their toothbrush to an electric toothbrush? Just maybe. Maybe they're upgrading their razor. Maybe not. I don't know if people are shaving right now. It's kind of hard to say. But, Philips might see a benefit, but I don't see anything too exciting coming out of that earnings. We have Truist as well. After close, we have IBM. Definitely an interesting company to look at because it might be one that if they go down, and one thing to consider too with these earnings, not every stock's going to go down. You'll have people who have good earnings, and those stocks will survive the downward movement. You maybe could see a company like IBM doing that. I think IBM will do plenty fine. I'm interested to see. We have Equifax. Nothing too exciting. Cadence. Zion's Bank. That's right. Steel Dynamics, that's right. We have some of everything going on here. Hexel, Agree Realty Corporation, Equity Lifestyle Properties. Again, a company that you're going to see get hammered. Same thing with Agree Realty. There's a good chance the stocks get hammered, but they've already been hammered. A lot of these companies have already seen a downward move of over 60%, these realty companies. So maybe, I don't know. We've seen them recover quite nicely, so they could go right back down to where they were. In all honesty, we have American Campus, Communities, and Crown. Overall, Monday, I don't think there's that much exciting. I might take a look at Philips, Ally, and IBM. Otherwise, nothing too exciting on the table for me. Tuesday, we got a very big day. Very big day. You've got, before open, Coca-Cola. That's right, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola glass. Pepsi bottle. Coca-Cola is going to do a great job in this earnings. So one thing I think people need to realize is Coca-Cola has proven themselves to be not only a dividend king, obviously. These people pay dividend all the time. But they've proven themselves to be recession-proof. So, regardless of scenario, people are going to be drinking soda. In fact, maybe more than ever. Soft drinks are going to be consumed just as much as they did before any recession, and they will be consumed, maybe even more. Who knows? Because people are picking up a lot of bad habits. Yeah, they are. There's no doubt about it. People quarantined are picking up a lot of bad habits to cope with it, but yeah, Coca-Cola, it'll do fine through this. It'll do perfectly fine through this. That's just one thing you need to realize. Companies like Walmart, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they do perfectly fine in these scenarios. They always do. Then we have Lockheed Martin. I have no clue what to look at for Lockheed Martin. I really don't, because at this point we're kind of not focusing much on national defense net for the most part. So I don't know. I don't know what Lockheed Martin has in store for us. But it'll be interesting to look at because it's a company that I think is a good holding for people. Then we have Philip Morris. As I mentioned before, people are buying tobacco. I think now I don't have data on this, and I wish I did, but just from my experience, people are picking up vices now quite a lot. I do have experience with people picking up more alcohol for sure. Working at a retail location, we're selling a lot more alcohol than typical. From the tobacco side of it, we don't sell it, but my assumption would be people probably are smoking more than ever too. So I think we could see a actual benefit from Philip Morris. I would invest in the company because I don't necessarily agree with the concept of smoking them ciggies. And if you want to smoke the death sticks, it's up to you. But I don't partake. But I do think the company could benefit from this if you invest in them. So just something to look out for. There's HCA, SAP, Comerica, and don't forget Prologis. Synchrony Financials have been hammered. So I don't know what this is going to look like for them. But these financial stocks have been hit pretty hard because they've been storing cash. And I'm guessing Synchrony might be more of the same. Maybe a little bit less for the effect of the big banks. But Synchrony Financial could get hit pretty hard here. I'm not sure. Snap-on. I prefer to snap off. But Snap-on, decent company. The products are, I don't know if they'll be consumed more during this situation, but I doubt it. So company I think will get hit. And then Travelers Insurance. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know what impact these insurance companies will have. So I'm excited to maybe see that. Travelers is not a company I'm interested in at all, though. So not too exciting for me. After close, though, Netflix. Okay. This is a massive, massive earnings, and I don't think there's any denying that. I think this could return Netflix to its glory. It's already at its highs, though, because people are excited about this because they're going to gain more users than typical, and they're going to have more screen time than usual. Viewing hours is going to be massive for them. But really, what investors care about with these type of companies is users. They want user growth. And Netflix is going to have it. People are cutting cable still to this time, and more people are now stuck at home, and they want something to do. People are getting Netflix subscriptions. People who didn't have Netflix before or unsubscribed from Netflix probably came back because they were bored. So Netflix is going to have a good quarter. Keep an eye on this earnings. I don't know how much more positive movement this stock can have, though, because it's already near its highs. So I don't know what to think about for Netflix, but it's trading at a weird, not stable level right now. So I'm not personally going to bank on this earnings, but I think it'll be a good, positive earnings report. I just don't know how the stock reacts. I don't think you can say anything about how the stock reacts in this market. We've got Snap Incorporated, garbage company. I think they're very garbage. I think the EPS will be garbage on this company. But I do think what might drive the stock upward is the fact that you're going to have a lot more user time in this. User growth and screen time, again, will be massive for Snap because people are spending a lot more time on their phone doing stuff at home, chatting with friends, stuff like that. So Snap should have a good quarter. I do think the company's garbage and the EPS is probably going to be negative even. But if it's not negative this quarter, it'll be negative next quarter. But we'll see. I might buy puts for it. I might, but I might not. I don't know. We've got Chipotle, Mexican Grill. Chipotle is a company that probably is going to see a lot less traffic this quarter, no doubt, and next quarter. A lot less traffic, obviously, with dining rooms closed. Only going through drive-thrus, not necessarily a good thing for these restaurants. So they're going to get hit pretty hard, in my opinion. I don't know how hard, but definitely not. It could be a bad quarter. It could be a pretty bad quarter. We've got Teradyne, Texas Instruments, Texas Instruments, again, is another decent company to hold through any of these times like this. It's just a good consistent stock that doesn't, you can't expect too much out of it, but it's not going to get that hammered typically as much as the rest of the market, and it will always make it through. So we have Canadian Pacific, Navient, Interactive Brokers. Are more people trading stock than ever now? Maybe. I could see it possible, just because of the fact that people are buying and selling quicker. No doubt. I might see what that's got to offer. We've got Chubb. Don't like talking about those. You get banned for talking about those. And Carlessly. Don't know the company. Interesting one. We've got, before open Wednesday, Delta. This is a awful earnings for Delta. As you see their revenue get near the zero mark even. Gosh dang. I think they're still going to do fine. People are still buying flights, which I think is insane. Quote unquote insane. I think it's only insane because people tell us it's insane, but overall I think it's fine. If you really wanted to go somewhere and you picked up a cheap flight for $15, you're a genius. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So I don't really think the company's sucking, but as far as like profit, this company's going to do awful. EPS is going to be awful. Revenue is going to be awful this quarter. And if not this quarter again, which it will be this quarter, but next quarter too is going to be hit super hard even. So, scary stuff for Delta. I don't know what they're going to look like in the next, 2 quarters, but after that it'll be fine. So just keep that in mind. AT&T, a company I'm really excited for. I want to add a bigger position of it, so if it goes down, I'll add a bigger position, but it all depends. They're a company that really needs to work on, and I want to see that trend continue where they're cutting cable and increasing their streaming businesses and telecom business. That's what I need them to be known for. That's what they have to turn into to become a futuristic company. Dividend is, in my opinion, safe with this company. So it's a company I'm holding and getting a dividend for. So I like AT&T. Might add more depending on its earnings. Biogen could be an interesting one to look at still. Ericsson, Kimberly-Clark, great company to hold through any of this nightmare stuff. Next Era Energy. We got NASDAQ. That's right, baby. ST, Thermo Fisher Scientific, and Quest Diagnostics. After close, Las Vegas Sands, one that's probably going to get hit very hard. Obviously, no one's going to any sort of gambling sites or resorts at all. Las Vegas Sands is going to be feeling a rough quarter. We've got Lamb Research, Kinder Morgan, that's right. Xilinx, that's right. Discover Financial. Again, I'm interested to see what these financial companies look like. If it's anything like last week, they'll be storing credit, and I don't know what that's going to look like for them, but Discover will be fine in the end, so that's one thing you need to consider. They're not going under. Alco, CSX, TD Ameritrade, another one where I'm looking at, are people buying more stock than ever? Kind of. Are people selling more stock than ever? Kind of. Volatility's insane. Yes, it is. And it's been insane this entire quarter for them, so might look good for them, all things considered. But they did cut commissions, so if they had commissions during all this, hoo-wee. That's one thing I think you need to realize, too. As far as all this market volatility, I don't think people realize that it actually partly stems from the fact that we've eliminated commission fees. People are more than willing to buy and sell stock if they don't have to pay a commission fee. So that could lead to this volatility and why the market dropped so quickly. Just something to consider, but unrelated to this. But then we have Samuel Adams. Again, they seek to benefit quite a bit. People are drinking alcohol more than ever. Samuel Adams should have a good quarter this quarter and next quarter. Samuel Adams is a good company to look at right now because people are buying alcohol. And then we have O'Reilly Auto Parts. Don't think they're going to do too well this quarter or next, but we'll see. Thursday before open, we've got Domino's Pizza. People are buying takeout pizza all the freaking time. I don't think they're going to hit revenue goals, though, but EPS is also probably going to get hit as well. as you're paying, more drivers, keeping people employed, and not really having as much demand. I think demand is going to be a little bit lower for them, so EPS is going to be down from increased wages and obviously reimbursing people for gas mileage, stuff like that. So interesting to look at for Domino's. Southwest, again, it's going to be garbage. Going to be garbage earnings report next quarter as well. You hate to see it, but it's going to be garbage. Lilly, Blackstone Group, Dow, okay, baby. Hershey, another company, fantastic to hold through this. People actually probably will buy more chocolate than ever now to deal with. Again, people are coping with stuff. They're eating fatty foods. They're drinking alcohol, smoking. Hershey's going to benefit from this, but they're always a good company to hold through any of these recessions anyways. So, good company. Citrix, Union Pacific, Pult Group. It's a realtor. Don't mess with them right now. Safehold. I have a good feeling Safehold is not a good safe holding right now. Thursday after close, though, we've got Intel. Love this company. Want to see if I could pick up some more of this company if the opportunity comes, if they go down. But I think they seek to benefit as well, so I don't think they're going to be really hurting from this. This might be one of those companies that trades stagnant for a little while. WWE. I don't know. This is what's weird for me. I don't know what the WWE is going to look like. They're still performing, and I say performing, not playing, because it's not a sport. It's performance. Are they going to have more viewership than ever because of the fact that there's no other, athletic events going on right now? Really, they might, even though it is extremely weird. I used to watch wrestling for sure. I mean, I think everyone went through that phase. Every dude did for sure. I used to watch it, and the fact that there are no crowds right now, they're literally performing in front of zero crowds. They're hyping up the audience at home. It is disturbing. I've seen clips, and it is disturbing. It just does not seem right. It's like some sort of dystopian world that they're living in. It's pretty wild. Then we have Capital One. Again, another financial. Interested to look at what they look like. Edwards, eHealth, Skechers. Good company to hold through all this. People are still going to be buying shoes, no doubt. We've got Limelight. I look to be in the limelight sometimes, E-Trade, same as before, as I mentioned with the other companies. Mellanox and Bank OZK. Friday, there's still bangers every day on this week. Friday, we've got Verizon. That's right. Telecom, I don't know what's going to happen. I see we have a lot less demand for 5G phones coming out, so I don't know what Verizon looks like this quarter or next quarter, but following that, I think they're going to look really nice. So next 2 quarters might be rough for them, but I think it's going to be good in the long run. American Express, Sanofi, again, financials, I don't know what they're going to look like. We've got Barnes Group, Synovus, and Autoliv. Don't forget, you also have IDEX, and then Gentex, and Independent Bank, and First Hawaiian Bank as well. Lastly, I just want to leave you on the note that financials, I don't know what they look like. Big banks, I don't know what they look like, but people are going to be refinancing their houses more than ever, and closing costs will go up. So just one thing to look at for those companies. People are going to be refinancing loans. So maybe you see benefits here from financials. But that's all I really got for you today. Bangers. Next week's going to be even more. So stay tuned for next week. Keep an eye out on next Saturday. Posting the same type of video. But for next week's earnings, it's going to be a big one. So keep an eye out.